I'm Taylor Cairns out here in Boothbay Harbor where we're showing off all the schooners that have made their way here for Windjammer Days. This big system right here, that is going to be heading our way soon, and that is really why this area is going to get more snow than some of the other coastal areas. Yeah, hey John, it is a complete madhouse in the Fan Fest section right across the street from TD Garden. And just to give you an idea of the impactful work that they're doing, in just the minute that I've been talking to you guys, another person has just been arrested for OUI. We're currently live right now on CBS 13.
All right.
This part of New Hampshire is expected to experience winds somewhere as high as 30 miles per hour later today. Yeah, Greg and Jen, you can see right behind me, this is pretty much all that remains of that apartment building. The worst part of what we're seeing is this is all complete ocean water mixing in with that snow. John, you could say that there are a ton of lobster here. Here's one of my friends right here. I mean, look at the claw on that thing. Starting tomorrow, things are going to be a lot different on the road. If every can represents 10% of the Maine kids currently receiving free or reduced lunch programs, nutrition experts say that certain school districts could see as high as 30% of their kids no longer enrolled because of these cuts. Maine woodcutters say that this season has been especially tough on their customers. Lewiston city officials say they're considering a smoking ban in all city parks, which would include the park right across the street from City Hall, Kennedy Park. If there's anything that you want to do with your device that involves your hands, it's best to just leave it to the passenger. Quahog Bay Conservancy farmers are checking on their oysters today, but they can't be harvested or sold because of red tide.
It's part of the natural marine phytoplankton community. It's been around for hundreds and hundreds of years. Other animals that then go on to eat those shellfish are taking up the toxins.
The oysters here at Snow Island have not been able to be harvested for about 2 months because of red tide, and some of the farmers here, they say that it's all a matter of timing before they can reopen. Despite their own tests saying their farm is clean, they can't sell until the state clears them.
So we're kind of stuck in limbo waiting for when they get to us.
Which in turn hurts the whole bay because this nonprofit can't do their work.
Before the Conservancy, Quahog Bay was closed to harvesting all shellfish in the bay. And after our initiatives and working with DMR, we have opened the bay to clammers, oyster aquaculture, and other activities.
They say the majority of their funds come from their oyster sales, and they don't know how long they can last on just donations.
We, like other oyster farmers for profit, have had a loss of income.
There's really nothing that you can do. We just have to wait on the state to take their sample and then approve our area.
Off the coast of Harpswell, Taylor Cairns, CBS 13 News.
Yeah, it's going to just take a while.
For Joseph and Ann Benin,
What's going on?
this weekend was not supposed to look or sound like this.
No, definitely not.
The owners of the Mending House, a clothing repair shop in Hollis, are spending the weekend mending the house.
We're spending the day scrubbing letters off the side of our siding.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, girls.
Those girls are Samantha Maxfield and Emma Lewis, who police say are connected to the vandalism in the community. Both are now in police custody.
I figured it'd be something more that a bunch of boys would do, but I suppose juvenile delinquents, boy, girl, doesn't matter.
And these Hollis residents of over 30 years,
At least it's coming off.
say they want their town's reputation to be cleaned up as well.
You don't think of it happening out in Hollis. It's just too small a town.
In Hollis, Taylor Cairns, CBS 13 News.
What's up, man?
Main Street Barbershop, where haircuts and conversations
How was work today? Now, do you guys have any big Christmas plans that you do every year or anything?
collide for Kennebunk residents.
Do you just kind of want to, like, you know, trim it down just a little bit?
But for one barber, his longtime client was
Very cool.
and very presidential.
He's a really, really special man.
Ed Beckett cut 41's hair for 10 years.
Talked a lot about family and fishing and, you know, the things that were really important to him, and, you know, stayed away from politics for the most part.
Making impressions on the old and the young.
Comes in here and says hi to all the kids and shakes hands, and I think for a lot of people, even if they haven't met him, feel like he's definitely a part of the community.
Meaningful enough to never forget his order.
Oh yeah, yep. Men's regular. Mrs. Bush didn't like it too short, so you know, definitely erring on the side of caution. But yeah, he had tough hair, but he's just you know, being in the limelight. You know, try to keep it as consistent as possible.
In the president's later years, Beckett would even travel to Walker's Point, including this summer. He says his final interaction ended with him telling Bush how much he meant to him.
I'm gonna miss him a lot, but I know he's definitely, you know, happy to be with Barbara, and you know, he couldn't probably have done anything more in his life than he had done. So, really, really happy I got to be a part of his life.
In Kennebunk, Taylor Cairns, CBS 13 News.